I don't normally make another tier list so soon. It's only been like a couple months. However, um, my opinion has changed a lot the past couple months, and I want to use the same scale as before. Last year's I made, I didn't use a letter scale like I normally do. I was kind of just thinking about like just what's going on in the scene right now a little bit, plus like how I feel about characters. So that means it's gonna be like this. So what changed? What changed since last time? So I think it's more like I said, it's more ordered than before. It's definitely loosely ordered, right? The top tier in my head. So I think Nago's the best character. I think Nago's the best character for the first time in a while. The casuals got us, bro. The casuals were right. They were right. I think Nago's the best in the game, and then I think HC and Ram are like the same, and then I think Leo after. Leo is one of the only characters I think got like nerfed. I think HC got nerfed in the way that like what people really hated got nerfed, which is the zoning. But not all characters can still fight the way he does it currently well. And then Ram's like kind of the same, honestly. But I think Leo took a bunch of big hits. Like Turbulence is weaker, Sweep is weaker, even though it goes further. He got some changes to compensate, but like I don't think he's as strong as he used to be. Like I think he's definitely under those three. Where I think in season 1, at the end of season 1, there was definitely you could maybe make an argument. You could maybe make an argument for Leo being the best character. / Leo is definitely top 2, right? So that's major change number 1 in my head. Major change number 2 is I added a new group. So you might remember last time I had like wins, relevant, counterpick, niche. So I have another one. I didn't know how to name it, so I just call it can win. And what I mean is like these characters can definitely win tournaments, where relevant characters are characters you have to worry about, but it might be so like the way this is scaled, right? Wins, you know, because you see these characters win all the time, right? Can win are characters that can also close tournaments for sure. Like all these characters, so like the first 4, 8, this is like 11 characters. So I think these 11 characters all have the ability to win big tournaments basically solo. Relevant characters, even relevant characters can win. However, they are less stable than the characters above them. That's the main difference, right? So I think characters like Geo, Faust, Sol, Kai, Bridget, Axel, and Emilia, they all have like good stuff, but they have stuff in tournaments that are problems for them. So it's just hard to play them solo. Like they have good stuff, but it's hard to play them solo. Counterpick, I think basically so like Anji in particular, I'm getting to the point where I actually think he's like kind of aight, but you would like really need a second. Where like relevant, you can try, like you have to try a lot, but you could try. But I think for like Anji, like you just really probably need a second. Most of the relevant characters, I think if you were trying to win something, you should consider, not highly consider, outside like the last 3, these 3. But the thing about these 3, like, so there's 2 things about these 3. One, it can be this. By the way, that's one, right? But 2 is that they have a bunch of like oddities in their matchup spreads where they do things well that like other characters might wish they did well. If that makes sense. You know, like how Emilia is like aight against HC and it's like aight against Nago, right? Or how like Ram players don't like Eno, or we've seen Axel. I don't even have to talk about Axel, right? Like how Axel's always out here. Axel's always out here. We stay calling low tier, but he's always out here. I don't even need to talk about Axel, right? And then Niche, so like Niche is just straight up like Potemkin is basically just really good at one thing, and he's really easy. Like the character is easy to play, but like he's not good. He's not good, so he doesn't have the tools to access the thing that is easy that makes him win. That's basically how I feel about him. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about characters I think change in my head, not characters where I think the same of them as a couple months ago. So one is Nago for sure. So why is Nago the best? So basically, he can two-touch you a lot. He can win from round starts. He's heavy, so like there's some characters who can't get like their good routing easily on him, which sucks. Then he has the most life, so he can fuck up a lot. He has heavy defense also, and then because he has so much HP, he wins while he's losing because he's building all his fucking meter while you're beating him up. So he's kind of like, because I thought this about Potemkin when the game came out, and he was like better, but or he was better relative to the cast, I should say. Where like one of the most annoying things about fighting him is that he always gets meter to do shit because you're always giving him meter because he has all this fucking life. So they don't care. They just don't care about getting hit ever, but you always have to care about getting hit by him. You always have to care about getting hit by him. He's like so ideal. Like he gets combos off all his shit. He has god neutral. He has good defense, and even in matchups where like his defense isn't great, like let's say like Zato like bullies him all day, he will at least get the meter to try to fight back, to try to come back one time, and he can definitely come back. That's the main thing. That's the main thing about him. It's just like there's no phase of the game really where you're like, oh, I got this, you know. Then HC, don't have to talk about him too much. Basically same stuff as before. Like neutral's good. Neutral's ridiculous. Offense is ridiculous. Conversion ability is ridiculous, like we all know. Ram's still same. Like damage ridiculous. Offense ridiculous. Mix is good. Fast. Like the thing too is like I think that HC and Ram and Leo's flaws affect them as characters more than Nago, because Nago's main flaw is that he can't move. He's not like mobile, but then he's got like these teleports and shit, right? Where like HC one, so I don't think resource management is like a flaw. Some people are like, I have to manage my resource perfectly. I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh, so hard, right? But I think his true biggest issue is that his defense sucks. So like his defense actually is, he can't get out. Like Nago can like pin HC down and like not let HC out. Like it's hard. The main thing about HC's defense is that if he mashes out successfully or like fuzzy jumps your throw successfully, you're dead. That's the only scary thing, right? Ram, I think her main issue is she has no life. Like she dies fast. She kills you fast, but she dies fast. I mean, Nago's gonna 2-touch her probably. HC's gonna 2-touch her. Her main thing is that she's fast as fuck. She does a lot of damage. She doesn't let you do stuff. She's got like good mix, we all know. But but you can kill her fast. She's like 1.06 and like a single gut. one single gut, I think. So she dies fast. And then Leo. So Leo is mostly that they just nerfed stuff from him that used to be like really, really hard to deal with. So like, for example, Sweep used to be -5 and now it's -8. Turbulence is weaker. I think there's a couple stuff that does less damage. Back turn's still really strong, but with Turbulence being weaker, that means his best knockdown is throw. So like he has to throw you to get the God mix up. But the good news for him is like the way he's hyper mobile, great pressure, great offense, great defense. Like he's good in every phase of the game. We all know this. His main thing is just that they actually nerfed him. Like he is weaker than before, right? Then can win. So like I have definitely been flirting with Baiken top 5, top 6 level for sure. I don't know exactly how I feel. She is really good though. She's good in every phase of the game. She clearly has more stuff, more like potential to build as well. The main difference between her and top tiers is mostly just unproven and more room for growth, I think. That's quite literally it. Her main issue, she probably has like 2. So like her life is she's saved by guts, right? Because I think she's 1.06 if I recall correctly, but her guts is 4. So she's saved by guts. Her main thing is conversion ability. So the characters above her, out of these characters above her, I think it's gonna sound funny. It's probably Ram has the worst conversion ability out of those characters. It sounds funny, but just think about it. Just think about it, right? Ram probably has the worst conversion ability out of that group of characters. That should say how good these fucking characters' conversion ability is. If you think about that, right? Yeah, Ram does need like good hits or near corner, right? So Baiken's conversion ability is, I would say, either the same as Ram's or slightly worse, right? Either or, because Baiken needs crouching or corner or adversary. Leo, Ram conversion, fuck yeah. Think about it. Leo gets knockdowns off basically everything. Even if it's not a good knockdown, it's a good knockdown. You know, you can get your stuff like mad shit off the most random shit. Yeah, I think Baiken is either Ram level or slightly worse conversions than Ram. Yeah, just think about it, right? Like I'm not trolling. I think Ram is better than Leo for sure, but Ram probably has the worst conversions out of those four, right? So it's just a question of like how far Baiken can go, basically. How far can Baiken be pushed? I think is gonna be the question of the season, I guess, as because she is the best unproven character. She's the best unproven character. That's what I'll say for sure. Okay. In Gold Lewis, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This character's fucked up. I don't. This character's fucked up. I actually want to take a ton of time to improve against him, and do either Bike and Gold Lewis. I'm actually trash at Bike and Gold Lewis. I need to improve at it or play like Testament. His conversion ability is mad good. He gets rewarded for losing, just like Nago. Like he can rob you. He can end neutral. He has good anti-zoning tools. He has good, amazing offense, and I actually think he can get better. Like he can get more shit, more like technique too. Now I just think he's just above like all the relevant characters, like for sure. Then there's Chip. Chip is the usual stuff. So he's super fast. Being fast in this game is really important. He's good at that. He is good on defense. Also, he has good offense. He basically only has two problems. So one is that he melts, and two is that his offense is all based on like negative frames. So he has to guess on his offense sometimes. And then there's actually a secret third one where depending on how you do his offense, you may have to hit the opponent a lot. So like he has opportunities for big damage, but you have to like do specific sequences to access that. So if you choose not to do that, whether it's for safety or you just don't know what the opponent's going to do, whatever, then sometimes you have to hit the opponent like a ton of times. This is like you can see it really clearly in like Bike and Chip. But his speed and with punchability and offense, I think are still like good enough that he can compete with top tiers and stuff. Then there's Zato. Everyone argues about this character. I am still definitively saying he is not top tier. I think you're trolling if you say Zato's top tier at this point. I think he's really good, but like he's not top tier. Like his weaknesses though, bro. Like he really just dies. Not only does he really die, he has no gut. He's 1.06 no guts, right? His 1.06 no guts, so he just dies, right? His defense sucks. He can't double jump. He can't air dash, right? His neutral is mad good, and he's able to attack from safe places, which is really important. And his offense is really good, right? His main issue is that his defense is trash, and he dies really fast, and he loses to top tiers because he loses to Nago, right? He loses to Nago. He definitely loses to HC, definitely loses to Ram, and loses to Leo. Oh, if not loses, then it's even, like Leo versus Zato. But the thing is, his offense is so good, he could beat them all. So the main thing and the main reason why he can keep winning is that if he gets you, it's a game, and he can do it. It's one of those he really can do it. You know, so that's just like, I just think his weaknesses, you just can't deny his weaknesses, and I don't like when people just kind of skirt over his weaknesses like that. So that's just kind of how I feel. May, Testament, Jackal are all kind of in the same place as last time, so I'm not going to go into them in too much detail. May, as the usual, does a ton of damage, hard to anti-air, can move quickly, threatening with meter, all that stuff. Testament, great neutral, fast, builds meter fast, good damage potential, can snowball, good mix-up. Beats annoying characters. That's a nice thing too. Beats annoying characters. Good 2K, good backdash, but gets deleted. And defense sucks. Like the reversal super sucks, unfortunately. So when you get caught, which sucks. Jacko memes can't ever block ever, and she could beat you without hitting you. Good RPS, good neutral, but same shit. Like her defense sucks, and she dies really fast. Her defense sucks, being her reversal super is a fucking grab that's pretty easy to deal with. And then she's good at mashing, like she has a good 2K, but you can like box her in, you know. If you get the opportunity to box her in, it's pretty hard for her to get out. But the win condition is also very good too. Yeah, Jacko is memes. Out of this group, the meme characters in my head are Jacko and Goldlewis. Jacko and Goldlewis are memes. Memes, parentheses, respectable, question mark, and close parentheses. So then, relevant. So the thing about these characters is, one, you do need to know these matchups because it will come up in tournament. For sure. Right? But they usually not only have like flaws as a character, but they have a few matchups they have to worry about. Out of these, the one that I would say is the true borderline one is Geo. I low-key think that Geo is here, to be honest. And the main reason is she is so fucking hard to fight in neutral. She's so hard to fight in neutral. So hard. And if the person is in advance, so like this character is such a secret, like every patch I feel like, because the way you do offense with her varies so much depending on your skill level. The more advanced way of doing pressure is where you're kind of like a couple character links away and you're fighting from there, and you're fighting around like dash grab instead of like point blank grab. That's incredibly hard to deal with, and she also forces a lot of very fast selections that if you're wrong, you take a lot of damage. And if you sit there, and you can sit there because you know she's strike throw, but if she throws you mid screen, she 50-50s you. And if she throws you in the corner, then you have to deal with strike throw. If she throws you out of the corner, she 50-50s you. So our main blessing of Geo is that she can't loop 50-50s. That's actually the best thing we have as a scene, is that Geo cannot do a 50-50 into another 50-50 in most cases. And the thing is, in my head, a lot of these characters, I'm not so sure about Jacko, but like Testament and like Zato, Mei, Chip, Baiken, like HC, Geo can fight all these characters fine. IMO. She has a 50-50 auto throw. Yeah, she has the left right. I forget the input, but she has a FTC cross or same side. It's like same side JH or FTC JK. Quick little 50-50. She has a bunch of 50-50s, by the way. She has a lot of them. But the main thing is that she can't loop, though. Yeah. There's probably not a lot of footage of me playing Geo, but like at the end, I was doing all this shit. She has like fuzzies she can do. She can fuzzy tall characters off basically everything if they don't IBFD. She has left right off stuff. I be throwing people out the corner of her into left rights. Like she's out. She's here. I'm gonna leave it like this. She is here. So again, relevant characters are characters that I think are good. But I think like a long run is definitely possible. Winning's gonna be tough because you're gonna run into something that's really hard. So like Faust, for example, like Faust I think is like the definitive mid tier in this game. He's like the definitive mid tier. Like if he's playing a bad matchup, I feel like he has to rely on luck somewhat. His core game is really solid. Like he has good ground pokes. He has an amazing back walk. He's got the drill to deal with dash blocking. He's got way better mix now. And also people don't lab against him, which really helps. It really helps. I think he does well against Soul, Kai, obviously Potemkin, Goldlewis, he does fine, Nago, he does fine, Zato, he does fine. No, I'm trolling, not Zato, I'm trolling. I always forget, it's the wrong game. Wrong game, you know. Everyone says Baiken, fine. Damage is way better than before, just more consistent. Just more consistent than he used to be, so he's in the spot. But he has to deal with characters like Leo. Leo's really annoying. Ram's really annoying. HC's really annoying, I know. Chip is like Doom, you know, so it's a lot of like characters that can pull up on him because he still has, like right now, I think his main weakness is that, which is a common thing for people who play characters with range, is that if you're throwing out pokes, the pokes are minus, so they're encouraged to keep dashing on you, and like you're negative that whole time, which is pain. So Kyle. So Kyle didn't really change. My opinion on him didn't really change that much. Basically same stuff. Like his neutral got better, but he still has the same core problem of everything he does on offense is negative, besides a couple things. So you have to take a lot of risks to do offense. And while he can do the same style of pressure as Geo, his dash throw is nowhere near as good as Geo's. Geo teleports to you, where Kai has to like run over. So I think it's pretty hard. Good news is his damage output's really high with Shock State. His frame data is better. He has DI to fix endgame in case like he needs to close and stuff. So it's fine. Soul is similar to Kyle as well. So like, he's not fast. His mid range is okay, but he's strike throw, so he has to overextend. However, his damage is out of control. His damage is honestly his damage and his mid screen with meter. Because when he has meter, he can frolic. Before he gets meter, he can't like. He has to play pretty reserved. His damage and him with meter are the things that keep him in the game. I think if he didn't have that stuff, he'd be like really fucked right now. Bridget, technically I should win. I don't know, but like, so the character's fast and has good offense and good nicks. I can't really say with confidence what this character's flaws are because I just haven't played against the character a lot. I'm just going on based on what people told me about the character for this one. Just like Bridget has like no HP. Bridget has low guts. Defense okay. So like I feel like it's chip but slower with like you have to do like two-step neutral stuff. This I think I gotta take more time to see. And then the next three, the only one I want to talk about in depth is Axel, because last time I had Axel lower. Haha, get it? But Axel, I just think you're trolling if you think he's low tier. Like real talk. His neutral is so good. His neutral is good. He has the same problem as Faust, where like all the buttons are negative, but the angles he covers are so good. They're so good, and people have to keep trying and trying and trying. So like I feel like he has the same struggle matchups, like for example like Leo and stuff. But the main thing is that besides him constantly performing, he does fight certain characters like really, really well. If he was actually that bad, he would not be winning. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. You know, Ino's kind of like on the borderline too, where like she is like Chip in that she has good offense but has to hit you a lot. She's volatile by design, and then she actually got nerfs, right? From what I've been told, plus from playing people, the neutral buffs I feel like didn't like do a lot, and then like you know eight strokes a big one that they can give her like a 28 frame move or whatever and make that shit minus. I think it's kind of crazy. I think that's kind of crazy. Then Milia, so Milia in the end like. So, like, obviously, speed is, like, the best thing. Speed and mix is, like, the best thing she has. Her access to damage keeps getting more consistent every patch. But it's usually either she hits you with something that doesn't lead into damage. Like S-Disc is probably, like, my big example. The capital change is really, really nice. She also can't attack you from safe ranges very easily, besides, like, S-Disc and stuff. And, again, like, that doesn't lead into damage, where, like, Gunshot leads into full combo. Or like no beater leads into full combo, like things like that, like safe attacks that lead in combos. And then because of like HP, like she has a lot of like classic Guilty Gear stuff, like her wrist gauge sucks. She has no HP. The game is balanced around 50 meter, and she's not good at building meter. So if we circle back to things like fighting Nago, like you're giving Nago like 70 meter before you get 50 basically, unless you break the wall fast or something like that. So I think at this point I just think it's like the game screws her over, because like when I play her, in the majority of matchups I feel like I'm chilling, right? Like Ino fine, Axel fine, Bridget fine, Soul fine, Kyle fine, Faust fine, Geo struggle bus, but like not the end of the world. Jacko fine, Testament fine, May fine. I think all these matchups are fine. Like when I think about it, most of the matchups I listed, there are a bunch of them that I think are slight advantage for the opponent, but it's usually just because the opponent converts better than she does, or gets meter faster. It's like they get something faster than she does, so she's operating at a disadvantage quickly, right? And she doesn't get to access her endgame very quickly. But I look at like tools versus tools against all the characters, it all feels fine. It just feels like you always have to play extra, because either they get access to their big damage faster than you, they get access to meter faster than you, which means they can meme you, which means you have to run away, or you're donating meter to them because all the hits you do don't lead into stuff that you have to use in the matchup. That's basically where I'm at right now. I don't really think it's fair to call Millia weak. I think the system is not doing her any favors at this point. Where I think playing another character helped me, like literally just not playing her for a while helped me come to that conclusion. Because I think when I was playing her, I was just big dooming. I'm just like, oh my god, like she's bad. But like now I don't really think that she's bad. Like I don't think you could say that she's bad with a straight face. So then like the last two. So there's Anji and there's Potemkin. So Anji, I just feel if you play Anji and you play tournaments and you want to win, you should be seriously considering playing another character. Where in a tier above, so outside of like Axel, Ino, Millia, I think the other 4, you can basically play them. You can like think about it if you feel like it, like playing another character. But like Anji's, I feel like you basically have to. That's the main thing. So from playing as him more, so it seems overwhelming, but you can play a pretty basically his main issue is I think is that he just has to commit a lot to stuff in a game where like characters don't have to commit to stuff. The nice thing is that he has spin to stop like some of the lazier tactics, but usually that character has something that you don't have to commit to fight it, right? But the common one is like how Anji is even with HC. That's like a common one because he can spin through bullets, which is cool, but like HC could just stand there for a sec, right? And then sure, Anji can do something else, but HC can do something else from a safe range, where Anji has to pull up. You know, if you're good at not even good. If you're willing to like go for hard reads and stuff, it'll help you out a lot. But I just think if I played him, I would probably play someone else too. Like almost definitely play someone else. Potemkin, same thing. Like Potemkin, his thing is like he's really good at one thing, and that thing is mad good and easy, but you have to get there, and he's heavy, so you will at least get the resource for it. And of course, we're talking about knockdown into Garuda, right? If he gets that, he's destroying you, but he has to like get there, and he has like so many like there's 5P not hitting crouchers, his defense sucks, so he has to use Mega Fist, but like so many people can OS Mega Fist, so it's like whatever. And then like he can't with buttons because like bad characters could just see him with the button, like punish him. So he has to use Slide Head, which like Slide Head is good, but if it's a character that can like air dash from like full screen and punish Slide Head, then it's like fuck you, right? So then you have to start doing like Kara Mega Fist, like Kara back Mega Fist, and like having to get to these really specific spots where the other character always has more options than him. It's a real struggle. It's a real struggle. I think that Potemkin is the worst. It's funny that a heavy character is the best and another heavy character is the worst. So that's basically how I'm feeling. I probably will not make another list until the patch comes out, and that is in December.